How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today I got to talk about this picture that the rapper known as Snoop Dogg put on his Instagram, and I'll place that on the screen before you. You see what it says. It says Coon Bunch. And on this particular picture, you have Terrence Williams, Candace Owens, Herman Cain, David Harris Jr., Angela Stanton King, Paris Denard, Daryl Scott, Hodge Twins, Diamond and Silk, and then the random picture of a raccoon labeled Massa. Maybe they couldn't come up with the last person to put right there, so they put a random raccoon and labeled it Massa. Not really sure why the raccoon is a Massa, but a different story. I digress. I just want to say first and foremost that I am totally offended by this picture. I'm really triggered. This has caused me to have really severe emotional distress, and the reason is because I did not make the list. All right. I got to step my game up to make the coon list, because apparently if you're part of the so-called coon bunch, I'll explain what that means in a minute, then in my eyes, it means that you're smart, you're intelligent, you know what's going on, you're really awake, you're not a sheep, and you're not just led by whatever the industry or whatever your so-called peers on the left side tell you to do, tell you to think, and tell you how to be. All right. We're independent people. We're strong-minded, strong-willed people. That's what I see. We're strong-willed Americans, regardless of what the color is. That's what I see when I see this picture. Now, in the eyes of Snoop Dogg and the guys that made it, I think it's Isaac Hayes III and his quote-unquote friend, I'll leave that alone for now. In their eyes, they think that we are self-hating black people. We're Uncle Tom's, although he was a hero, but again, different story. They think that we are just people that hate black people, and that is what a so-called coon is in their point of view. But how do we hate black people when we advocate for things that are going to help black people and the entire world, really? How do we hate blacks when we say that we're against abortion, which has killed at least, bare minimum, 23 million black babies since 1973 Roe v. Wade? People say, oh, well, if it wasn't for abortion, black women would die in back alleys, all this, that, and the third. Well, contrary to popular belief, before Roe v. Wade, 80% of abortions were performed on white women, not black women. Now it's like 35, black, white, and then the rest other, okay? But black women before Roe v. Wade had very low rates of abortion. Now it's through the roof. Okay, that's just the reality of the situation. All right, how are we anti-black when we say that black on black crime is a problem? Okay, we see what's happening all over the country. Atlanta becoming a new Chicago, unfortunately. You had over the 4th of July weekend, 20 people shot, 4 people killed. I would say almost 100% black, including a 8-year-old black girl, Sequoia Turner. I did a video about that earlier today. And then Chicago, you had 80 people shot, 15 killed. New York, you had like 40 people shot, 9 or 10 killed. It's over the weekend, 4th of July weekend. I ain't talking about the whole year. Okay, you have black on black murder just spiraling out of control. People say that, oh, black on black crime is the same as white on white crime. No, it's not. No, it is not. You're talking about 13% of the population responsible for 52% of all murder errors and 48% of all murder victims. All right. And if each race kills each race, then that means that we're killing each other at such a high rate that is way beyond our population percentage. Okay. 13% of the population, half of murder victims and murderers. There's a problem there. So when a guy like me and Hodge Twins and David Harris Jr., Terrence Williams, Diamond and Silk, Candace Owens, everybody on the picture and more, when we point it out, that makes us coons. How does that make any sense? How is it a negative thing to point out the obvious, to point out things that if we were to actually improve, we had a better society and a better black community overall? I'm just trying to figure it out, how that really makes any sense. It's weird how people like Snoop and everybody else want to come out and say that if you support Trump, that you're somehow anti-black and you hate yourself and whatnot. Snoop Dogg, didn't you like Trump? Didn't you hang out with Trump before he became elected? Wasn't that your guy? Weren't you on TV shows and stuff with him? Why are you just now saying that Trump is a racist, all this, that, and the third? Okay, why didn't you say that before? Okay, you still got the same platform you had before. Why didn't you say it before? Is it because it's popular to say so right now? Is it because it's the energy thing to do to hate on Donald Trump? That's pretty much par for the course. You living in LA, You on TV, Martha Stewart, you got your apron on, making cookies and whatnot. You want to still be in that kind of world. So you can't acknowledge the obvious. You can't say that what we're saying is true. You got to stick to whatever the people in your industry tell you to do. You about 50 something years old, still being led by peer pressure. How does it feel to not really be a man, sir? Also, didn't you snitch before? You got hemmed up on the murder charge back in the day and you beat that, but then you got locked up again because of a probation or parole violation, whatever it was, right after that, because you had weed on you and somehow you didn't go to the penitentiary. Your own man, Suge Knight, when you were on Death Row Records, he was your boss, but Suge Knight, when he was in the penitentiary early on, I suppose, he was alluding to it like, hey, they had the murder charge, they beat that, then they got in trouble again right afterwards and didn't go to the penitentiary. So what happened there? So, I mean, I don't know about anybody else on the list, but I never been locked up. I ain't never snitched on nobody. I'm, a clean, straight edge guy. I don't even drink. So, Snoop Dogg, how you gonna call me or anyone else in that picture or people that are conservative and black a coon when you are the guy that's a dope fiend, when you are the guy that beat the murder charge and then got locked up again and probably snitched to get out? When you are on TV, with Martha Stewart, another convicted felon for, insider trading or whatever, with an apron on making cookies, when you are the guy that's still having to rap at 60 years old, you know what I'm saying? Making up jingles and stuff like that. Don't call me the coon, all right? Examine yourself. Now, I'm not saying that being on TV and doing a legitimate business is right, but in the eyes of a guy like Snoop and everyone else that agreed with their picture, they would say that's the case. All right. What if I was on TV with an apron on, hanging out with Kellyanne Conway making cookies? What would you call me at that particular point? Okay. But you can do stuff like that and it's fine. It's weird how that works. And I got to add one last thing here. There is a very odd omittance from this particular list. A very high profile person, somebody that you would think about, Snoop Dogg, if you're talking about high name people. Kanye West, the same guy that had on the MAGA hat, slavery's a choice, that guy who's running for president right now. Why is he not on the list? Oh, because I forgot. You're still in the music industry. You still want to have relationships with Dr. Dre and Jay-Z and everybody else. So you don't want to attack Kanye. You want to attack all of us, but not Kanye. So you can go to the studio recently with Kanye West and make music and hang out, smoke weed, whatever. Although he's a guy that supports Trump, his wife always goes to the White House, get black folks free from the penitentiary. So that's fine. They can actively be involved with the administration, working directly with Donald Trump to get things done. And that's fine because you're in the industry and you're not trying to damage relationships, but you want to just attack us. All right. You want to burn that bridge because you fucking never had to cross it. That's pretty much what's going on with that. So, it is what it is. Like I said before, I'm offended. I'm deeply offended because I did not make the list. I don't know what I gotta do, set my game up to be considered a coon, because if I can be in company of everybody that was on that picture, some of those great individuals, all those great individuals, then I'd be in a very good place. All right. I'd rather be aligned with them than be against them, because if I'm against them, then what am I against? Am I against the reality of the world, of the black community? Am I against things that they're saying that I cannot deny? If I'm against the truth, then what does that make me? I know what it makes Snoop, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Snoop Dogg was correct to label us on that picture, people like me, black conservatives, as quote unquote coons? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or is he incorrect to label us as that? How do you feel about Snoop Dogg being hypocritical? You want to label those of us that support Trump and are conservative as coons, but not your friend Kanye West. All right. You picking and choosing who you want to attack. That's probably who was right there in that bottom picture where it says massive, quote unquote. It probably was Kanye right there. He's like, no, I can't put Kanye right there because that's my friend, that's my man. So I got to censor that one before I put it up. That's pretty much what it feels like to me. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.